Vaccine injury. And in 1986, President Ronald Reagan signed the National Vaccine Injury Compensation Act, and this Obamacare scares the heck out of me. And it's primarily because we've got a United States government right now that protects the vaccine manufacturers as opposed to the people. Vaccine court, you can actually go to court. The government protects the vaccine companies, and the government represents the vaccine companies against our children. What would you do to change that?
Well, it's a decision that Congress made. It said that vaccines have, overall, from a public health perspective, a benefit. But there are some people who are adversely affected.
Right.
But and that's why the government represents it. Because if the vaccine manufacturers are liable, what we know is going to be some negative consequences of the vaccine. There's a small percentage, depending on the drug, the vaccines are how small, who have adverse reactions. But the overall public health benefit outweighs that small reaction. Your son has a reaction and has autism. I don't know if you got compensated as a result of it.
No.
Well, it all depends on whether what the facts and circumstances are. But there clearly are adverse health effects of vaccines. But the overall public health far outweighs those negative consequences, and therefore the government made the policy to protect the vaccine manufacturers. Because if we didn't, they wouldn't manufacture the vaccines. And then why? Because the liability for this handful of cases or more would put them out of business.
Why the difference between Vioxx and DPT vaccine?
Well, the difference is Vioxx doesn't have nearly the public health benefit as vaccines. Vaccines have eliminated disease, eliminated polio, eliminated whooping cough, they eliminated a whole host of deadly childhood diseases. Whereas Vioxx is a pain medication. I mean, it's not something it's good to have, but it's not something that's critical that prevents a whole class of disease which can cause epidemics and cause mass death and problems.
I certainly hope when you become president you look at the vaccine court and see how absolutely biased it is. I really appreciate your time.
The issue that you're dealing with is the connection between vaccines and autism, and there is obviously there's a raging controversy. I understand that, but I don't think that's the vaccine court. I think that's very different. This one's a public health issue. And Quinn, as someone who worked on the autism a lot when I was in Congress, I know these people who very strongly believe that that's the cause, but most of the medical evidence does not support that. There may be, I think there are a lot of things that can cause autism, and there may be certain things within the chemistry of your child that made them more susceptible to some metals or some other things that they may have received in their food or by injection that caused the situation. But medical science is still trying to figure that out, so I wouldn't blame the vaccine in that case.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, my name's Kurt Linderman, and I'm the soon-to-be host of a brand new radio show on the Autism Media Channel called Linderman Unleashed, former host of Linderman Live. I'm a special needs parent, vaccine injured child, and it's February 3rd, 2012, and yesterday on my local news station's Facebook page, I heard that Senator Santorum, presidential candidate, was going to be in Hannibal, which is a town just up the road about 15 miles from where I live in Center, Missouri, and I thought it'd be an opportune time to get some information, possibly even ask him a question. And sure enough, right as he was about to dig into that big omelet at the Mark Twain diner, I was able to ask him the question. And that's what you just saw. Unfortunately, I believe that Senator Santorum is woefully uneducated in autism, the vaccine issues, and just about everything else, it seems, even though he claims to have done a lot of work while being in Congress regarding autism. What we're seeing here is the information that these politicians are getting is woefully inaccurate, it's horrible, and it is biased to the pharmaceutical companies. What we're seeing here is Senator Santorum talking about how vaccines have just done wonderful things for the community, and calling my child basically collateral damage. That's unacceptable to me, and it should be unacceptable to you as well. He talked about polio. Let's talk about the SV40 virus and how it's killed far more children than and adults than the polio vaccine saved. We talk about DTAP. Let's talk about the asthma issues that asthma kills 6,000 Americans a year, and you can cut the asthma rate by 50% simply by delaying the DTAP vaccine. It is disgusting what's going on, and it seems like all of the politicians out there, minus Ron Paul, has no clue what's going on. And this is what I'm plan on doing with my new show, Linderman Unleashed, and this is what I plan on doing with just my advocacy and activism, is showing the American people exactly how horribly uneducated these politicians are. And if we're going to change this, if we're going to change the course of autism and vaccine injury in this country, we do not need to elect people like Rick Santorum to this high office. We need people that are educated and have the balls to stand up to the big money. That's what it's about. That's where it's going, and that's what we need to keep on doing. So keep in tune. Internet radio show, Linderman Unleashed, www.autismmediachannel.com. We're going to bring you more stuff like this on a consistent basis. Have a great one.